something is happening here which we don't really know what it is, and able to think of that in terms of sacredness or the profane.
Any number of the elders talked about going to the springs, and they would tell the stories that it was a sacred site and that they approached it like they would other sacred sites, with great reverence. They would give it offerings, often just other stones, but they would also approach it slowly. You wouldn't just kind of march right in and hop in the springs and go, there would be this stop beforehand. The Southern Paiute tend to approach sacred sites and then back out of them in that same way. Some of the Paiute medicine men would actually communicate with each other through the waters, not just over land and dreams, that they would communicate through the waters. And some of the elders I talked to in Nevada really understood the artesian system there, exactly how the waters connected up, and their understandings had been borne out by scientific study. So they would approach these waters and they would hold them in their hands and talk to them and wake them gently.
To be able to take in the sun, the moon, the stars, especially the earth.
Are these springs still sacred?
Yes.
Pah Tempe Hot Spring is, in the Paiute language, is healing water from the rocks, and it's been a sacred place for centuries and centuries, no one knows how long. It has been abused at times. Earlier, before the white people came here, the Paiute and the Navajo and the Hopi and the Cheyenne and the Arapaho, all of those nations met here in a peaceful way to powwow and to heal.
I'd like to see the place preserved or protected on a very long range for future generations to come.
The water is very special for several reasons. One of the reasons, of course, is it's been blessed by the native peoples for thousands of years. And the second is that it has 50 different salts and minerals in the water, which is a very rare occurrence in hot springs. Hot springs are normally 2 or 3 primary minerals, if any, but this one has 50 different salts and minerals. According to the geologists, it comes from 2 miles deep in the ground, and it comes from a huge lake that is superheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and evidently without any knowledge of how big it is, because it's huge. It is called connate water, which means it's water that has not seen the light of day for millions of years. That means it's very very precious.
What I kind of started to realize over the years and started to understand from my dad is how unique of a place Pah Tempe is. It's a magical feeling when you go down in there, and I'm not an expert on the water the way that he is, but you can obviously tell that the water is different than any other kind of mineral water that you would expect to sit in a spa or any other place.
It is Mother Earth supplying in its most abundant way, because the water is life. It comes out with all this little sound that is very healing.
Well, it is now a sacred place, and it should continue as a enlarged healing place for everybody. People who would come here and feel comfortable and not harassed, to lose their feeling of stresses and disease, and that could happen here.
This place is really important to you, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's something that I've been a steward of since I came here, and I want it to be continued that way by others who have that same feeling of stewardship.